And we're going to see Johan once again. And he's going to be taking on the winner of the North American World Championship qualifier, Jeremy Mitchell.
Also a YCS champion in his own right. Now he is definitely trying to play to win. Both these players, I think, believe they really want to win this game to keep in contention to make that top 8. But it's awesome to see our North American champion here at the feature match stage in round number 6.
So both of these players are on 9 points. Johan is effectively 5th place. Jeremy Mitchell is 10th. So a win here for Jeremy is huge. Oh, set rotation. So he starts with set rotation for the double planets.
Now, normally that pressure planet would help Jeremy Mitchell if he was playing his deck from the NAWCQ.
That's true.
We'll have to see what he is playing. But this is funny. We saw Jung earlier, and he also opened up with Primeval Planet Pellerino a couple times, and now he's doing it again here in game number 1. Set rotation, I think we've seen a lot more in a variety of decks here this weekend.
Yeah, we saw it quite a lot in ABC just last round.
He's going to get that Primeval Planet Pellerino. Going to be activated to add a Vsauce Starfrost or a TEARLAMENTS monster from the deck to the hand.
Starting off with Merly.
That's a good normal summon. If you have something with like TEARLAMENTS Scream to back it up, you'll be able to send the top 6 cards from your deck to the graveyard.
And set rotation Scream. Oh, all right.
Diviner the Herald, really cool in the TEARLAMENT deck. You can send any Earth Fairy or any Fairy, so you can use Natis from the extra deck if you want, or you can send, there it is, a Guido.
And all of this is going on uncontested from Jeremy. Not a good time to not draw any ways to interact on turn 1.
Yeah, you definitely want an infinite and permanent, something like Diviner, because now being able to send the top 5 cards of both players' deck to the graveyard. Scream is already a good hit. Hell Shaddol is going to send some more cards, I believe.
And one of the tough things here is it reveals Jeremy's deck. He's playing Vanquish Soul. Stake Your Soul was the first card off the top there.
So it looks like Jeremy wants to read Hell Shaddol.
Take a look at the Hell Shaddol entered there. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, send the cards to the top of your deck to the graveyard up to the number of different original attributes among the monsters on the field. So that's 1, but we're also going to get 3 off of Scream.
Yeah, he sent the Scream, so he's going to be able to add the trap.
Yeah, add the trap. That's right. That's right. I keep thinking of the other effect of Scream that he just kept trying to use in that last match. You just never get it to go through.
Indeed, and it looks like he's going to grab TEARLAMENTS Crime with that Scream.
It is the counter trap.
Now Hell Shaddol is going to send 1 more card from the deck to the graveyard. Oop.
It is
Kashtira
Unicorn. Ah, so there is something to pick up with that rates off. You get the Unicorn. I wonder if there's a birth in there too.
I'd imagine.
I guess we won't find out this round unless Unicorn makes it onto the field. Polymerization! The original!
The best way to fuse is going to be using Merly, King of the Swamp, and Diviner the Herald for Guardian Chimera.
And that used cards from both the hand and the field, so that is good. He'll draw 2 and then destroy 1.
Oh, because he gave him the field spell from set rotation.
Yes.
He's going to be able to
use it.
Guardian Chimera turn 1. Yeah, normally you can't use that effect on turn 1 because you need to do both effects, but cool. I really like the polymerization set rotation combo here.
Yeah, that's it's not going to come up often since set rotation is limited, but you know, when it does, it's just really good. And that's kind of the thing with this TEARLAMENT deck. What I saw from watching him in the earlier round and now here is that this is a really high roll deck. Like when it goes off, but I have to imagine that its bad hands are unplayable.
I also think so as well. This is really cool. I just like seeing things I haven't seen before, and I've never seen all this interaction together.
Yep, so it's draw cards equal to the number of cards used as material from the hand, destroy cards your opponent controls equal to the number of cards used as material on the field.
And he's going to draw 2, destroy 1.
And the Ghost Ogre was used on, or the Ghost Bell was used on.
I think the
Merly.
Merly.
Just in the, yeah, it was Merly.
Yeah, I think
so you can use the fusion summon.
Mm-hmm.
And it had to be ordered. No, they were both optional, so we got to choose. Foolish Burial Goods is up next. I think that's the 3rd different rarity of it I've seen in this deck.
I would always used to play with like mismatching rarities just to know if I wanted to change the quantities of the cards in my deck. I would know which one I want to take out and be like, oh, this is the one I'm going to take out when I side deck or something like that. So then he adds TEARLAMENTS Kashtira from the deck to the hand. Thanks to that Soliak that he sent with the Foolish Burial Goods.
Activates his, oh, he sent 2 screams and had the 3rd in hand.
I think he had to, there's no way he probably drew it off. Oh, maybe he had it, or he drew it off that Guardian Chimera, but showing you how powerful Tearlament's Scream is. And he's going to banish that Soliak from the graveyard to special summon Tearlament's Kashtira.
He's checking the graveyard. He's probably could be looking for the screams. He's like, you sent 2, right? Yeah, there are 2 there. You saw he stopped on both of them. It's just like, how badly am I getting outdrawn here? But all that considered, this is not a super threatening board. There's no shufflers in the graveyard.
It looks like he's considering doing something from the hand in response to this Tearlament Kashtira and Tearlament Scream. Potential to send 6 cards from the deck to the graveyard.
He's got 3 here. King of the Swamp, King of the Swamp. There's Reinhardt. Oh, there's a shuffler. It's Keldo. 2 Ash Blossoms gone, though. That's good information.
So it looks like he does have a Tearlament's card in his hand. Well, we know he has the Crime at least. Oh, need a Soliak, but he already used Soliak this turn, so he's not going to get any value from it. But he will be able to try and use Reinhardt to send a Tearlament monster from the deck to the graveyard.
Is that going to go through?
Jeremy's thinking about it.
He's really pondering this one. You go ahead and look at his graveyard.
With those King of the Swamps in the graveyard, I think you do want to stop this if you're able to.
Yeah, you don't want them to fusion summon with King of the Swamp available. And there's a Shaddoll in the graveyard, too. Nothing good can come of this if you let it through. And so Infinite Impermanence is chained from the hand, since Jeremy controls no cards. And Reinhardt is negated. All right.
Now where does
this is a tough one. What's left in hand? Something to be set face down, which is the Crime, right?
Yeah. And with which you need a card in hand to be able to use, so not much here in terms of... Oh, so I guess he does have 1 point of interaction. He has the Shuffler in his graveyard with the Pelorino.
Yes.
So he can put back a Tearlament monster to destroy a card.
Does he have any Tearlament monsters in the graveyard?
The Murley, I think that got hit by Ghost Bell, I think.
All right, so we're going to get a quick check on card text here.
I wonder which one he's unfamiliar with.
Looks like Jeremy's asking for the text here.
Okay.
He's taking a look at something, deciding what he's going to do. And he starts with Pot of Desires.
Pretty good one here. Going to be able to banish. And I like Pot of Desires and Vanquish Soul because just having more cards and having more ways to access ways to get to Rosin, pretty powerful. Especially with Pot of Prosperity being limited to 1, you got to find other ways to get to the cards you need.
And you can play a lot of duplicates as well.
Yeah, you do really go 3 of on a lot of the Vanquish Soul monsters. It looks like he drew 2, or I couldn't tell what he drew, but did draw 2 cards.
Now you've got to watch out for the Scream here. Johan has multiple Tearlament monsters on the field, so it's going to be a little difficult to get rid of them.
Gonna normal summon Rosin.
And you also got to watch out for that protection effect of the Guardian Chimera. It's easy to forget about that. Polymerization is in the graveyard.
Cannot be targeted. So Scream's going to send the top 3. Oh. It wasn't so bad. The
Until I saw that Kelbeck, I thought it was fine.
Yeah, so he's going to be able to send 7. Oh, he has... Oh, the 3rd Ash from him. I thought Jeremy played Ash. I was like, oh, that would be helpful. But
no, so all 3 Ash Blossoms in the graveyard. That's good information to keep in mind. The Kelbeck's going to go off here.
Yep, Kelbeck at Chainlink 1, Tearlament's Kashtira Chainlink 2, trying to send 7 cards from the deck to the graveyard.
Now, the interesting thing is that Rosin effect is not target.
So here we go. Let's see what he sends. Shaddol Beast. The Beast is actually huge here. Just being able to draw a card, if he draws into a monster, it's going to turn his Tearlament's Crime back online. And he's also going to send a Grief, a Tearlament's Kashtira, a Tearlament's Sharon.
So he has to get specifically a Tearlament card right off of the draw.
Just a monster. You can send any monster. The Crime, you just have a Tearlament monster on the field, and you can discard a monster, I think, from your hand. There could be any card, but I'm pretty sure it has to be a monster. So Grief is going to be able to add back a banished Tearlament's Trap. Meta Noise is going to be able to, I didn't even see the Meta Noise there at first. He's going to be able to add back a Tearlament monster from the grave, so he's already going to have that crime online. And he's going to get the draw from the Beast, and maybe a fusion summon from the Sharon. And Jeremy is going to chain the Heavy Borger to return Rosin.
So if we go chain Heavy Borger, he needs to reveal a fire and a dark, right, if he wants to use it. Oh, he does not use it there. We're going to special summon the Heavy Borger. All right, well, this is, I mean, Heavy Borger on the field is where you want to be, even if it is reduced by Tearlament Scream.
Yeah, I don't know how long that Heavy Borger is going to stay on the field. He is going to be able to do that, have Primal Planet Parallel Rhino. He can go into Kaleido Heart here. Really, the Scream hitting the Kelbeck turned things around for him. And an unimpressive field just all of a sudden turned into quite an overwhelming field. I was going to go into Rukalos first.
Yeah, it looks like Rukalos first, because there's a lot of these special summoning type effects, right? Cards or effects that include an effect that special summons. All of the Vanquish Soul monsters from hand that you're swapping out, like the Heavy Borger, do that. So getting the Borger on the field now is important. So we're going to reveal Dr. Madlove
to draw a card.
And then we're going to chain with Caesar Valius. Rukalos is going to chain to that. Caesar Valius going to the graveyard.
Going to send Rukalos for his own effect. When Rukalos is sent by card effect, it can special summon back to the field.
And Borger was eliminated by Pellerino?
Yep, Pellerino. I believe so. I think Jeremy's conceding, if I had to guess.
That's such a crazy first turn.
The Kelbeck, the Ancient Vanguard, really being impressive here for Xiong.
If that third card was not the Kelbeck, I don't know that he wins this game, even despite the strong start.
Yeah, that was incredible. Cards that sent from the deck to the graveyard. Yeah, we saw like at least 5 chain links there.
All right, it looks like our players have made their siding decisions. They're cutting the decks. It's got about 30 minutes left in this round, plenty of time. If you've got 45 minutes around and each game takes 15 minutes, you can fit 3 games in 45 minutes easy. No problem.
No, yeah, definitely. But now Jeremy going to be able to play first, which is definitely where he wants to be with the Vanquish Soul deck.
He's going to start off with Rosin.
It's a good one to start off with. Let's see if there's anything Xiong will do to this. Does he have a response in hand? There's a variety of things he could have. Something that would negate the effect, something that would...
Yeah, you want specifically Ash Blossom here. You don't want Imperm because they can dodge it.
Very true.
Same with Effect Failure. Now, if it's Imperm Effect Failure, then you're in business.
It's Havness.
Havness, all right.
That is the one Havness.
The one Havness.
Let's see.
Oh, we're going to hit a Shuffler. We're going to hit an Ash Blossom and King of the Swamp. Middle of the road, I'd say. Middle of the road.
King of the Swamp might be useful on his following turn, but nothing that's going to cause any interactions directly right now. The Medora is pretty good.
And notably, it looked like he was thinking about putting it in the same column. I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's the one place I can't put it. We'll put it in the left. Send that away for Rock of the Vanquisher.
Rock of the Vanquisher, solid link one. He can add back that Rosin if he wants. Looks like he is going to activate the effect, but might be special summoning from hand.
And it special summons any Vanquish Soul monster from hand. This one's going in defense. It's Dr. Madlove, and that's going to draw an Ash Blossom. Interesting. So using the Ash Blossom here instead of there. I'm going to chain Heavy Borger, pick it up, drop Heavy Borger.
Dr. Madlove and Heavy Borger, a great combo of cards because you get to return that Dark Monster to reveal to draw a card.
Activates Borger. We're going to randomize the deck now that the draw effect has been played, and Jeremy looks like he's going to successfully draw 1 card here. That's interesting. Hitting the Dr. Madlove with the Ash instead of the Rosin.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to try and get the Havness out first, so he just gets to see where he could go from there. But I think it might have been maybe a little bit better to hit the Ash Blossom on the Rosin, and then if there's something else later, do the Havness later on. But 2 cards face down. And he's already going to start amassing advantage. The Rock of the Vanquisher can add back from the graveyard. The Borger can draw during the opponent's turn. So this is where the advantage starts snowballing for the Vanquish Soul deck.
I think you can just special summon as well. So you could put that rosin into the column of whatever monster he needs to get rid of, and then reveal a Dark and a Fire. And
oh, if he has like something like Continue or something like that? Yeah, I could see that. So it looks like draw phase, he's going to reveal Mad Love to draw a card.
Yep, do that on draw phase. You don't get drawled. So Heavy Borger is right there.
I'm a big fan of Heavy Borger. John, considering his options here.
Yeah, that Shuffler is in an interesting place here.
Oh yeah, being able to chain it to Rock of the Vanquisher might be useful, but if Jeremy has something like Vanquish Soul Continue, he could go Rock of the Vanquisher, target the rosin. That would maybe prompt him to use the Medora, and then he could chain Vanquish Soul Continue to bring back the rosin.
You can go really drawing all these Tearlaments.
Normal summons Tearlament Rhinoheart.
All right, Rhinoheart is good to go. Pat is going to send. This is the second of third. Ooh. It's going to activate and get hit by a Ghost Bell.
Ghost Bell, great Earth monster to play in that Vanquish Soul deck.
Yep, you need him to be able to reveal, and this is a format full of graveyard effects. Not just Tearlaments. Dragon Link has a bunch of things that add back. Stovey Torby can come back like that.
Branded in Red from Branded is a good target for Ghost Bell.
You can even just use it against Big Welcome Labyrinth because it can special summon from the graveyard.
Ooh, that's something to keep in mind.
So Sharon is sent and then negated.
So now he could maybe link into something like the Dark Charmer Gloomy, potentially. There's no Dark in Jerry Mitchell's graveyard.
No.
Just trying to think about what options he might have here.
Yeah, attacking isn't really an option either because of Rock of the Vanquisher's effect forcing the battles between the strongest. It's kind of appropriate for the World Championship, right? It's a battle between the strongest.
Definitely. But you see the advantage that Vanquish Soul can start amassing with Jung only on 2 cards in hand. Jeremy sitting on a full hand, 2 cards in hand.
Shadoll Fusion?
Oh,
You've
man.
got to be kidding me.
There is a monster from the extra deck on the field. That means he can use materials from his deck.
Now, can he get that monster off the field?
That's what Jeremy's thinking about right now. What can I do about this? Looks like
no. Shadoll Fusion. This deck's crazy. I have to see this deck list. I have to.
Shadoll Fusion, the original brand of Fusion, but it requires your opponent to have an extra deck monster, but then you can send the materials to summon a Shaddol monster, but you're also going to get those effects of the Shaddolls as you send them.
So it's probably going to be Beast and Hell Shaddol.
He even plays Shaddol Squamata.
And he's going to go with an Earth monster.
Shekanaga?
For Shekanaga, which gives you, I think that's the monster effect negation if you have another Shadow in hand, but I don't think it's that likely, right? Though with Squamata, if maybe he plays Hedgehog too.
I think just getting the Agido in the graveyard is going to be enough for him here. Yeah, because he's going to go Agido 1, Squamata 2, so he's going to be able to get the Beast out of the deck and protect the Agido from getting hit by something like Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I really like Shaddol Fusion for going second in the Tearlament deck. It's insane.
I wonder if it's main decked even.
You could.
Like, what if it's a side deck card he sides into Shadow Fusion? That would be
going second.
Mad.
You could side into like Triple Tactics Thrust, Shaddol Fusion. That's pretty good.
That sounds like something that's plausible.
And he gets to send the Hell Shaddol. Now he's not sending Hell Shaddol instead of the Beast because now he has 3 different attributes, so that's going to send 3 additional cards. So here comes the 5 from Megiddo. And he hits a Tearlaments Kashtira and a Tearlaments Soliak.
There goes the planet.
Now let's see on a new chain. So he's gonna he's gonna be able to send 5 more cards from the deck to the graveyard and add a Tearlament monster from his deck to the hand. And he's going to chain the Mudora to put back his tier limit monsters because he only has a tier limit Merly in the deck right now. Wants to put the Sharon back in the deck. Let's look, see if he's thinking about considering putting anything else back.
The Merly has to be in the deck. If it's in hand, you can't do it. Right? If all the tier limit monsters are out, you can't attack. You can't activate an effect to search.
Yeah, so he's going to put the Sharon back so he can add it with the Soliac. I'm assuming the Merly's in the deck.
Yeah, presumably it is.
Oh, I guess he could have Chairman's Kashtira also.
I think he sent them all.
Yeah, that also could have been the case. But he does add the Sharon.
So there's the 4 limited ones and then 3 of the others. I could have sworn I saw all 3, but I might be mixing the games together in my head.
Let's see where he's going next. Here comes 2 more from Tearlaments Kashtira.
Well, the planet and the card it searches.
Did he do the Hell Shaddol? I guess not.
There's only 2 attributes in the field, right?
He's Dark, Water, and Earth.
Yep. Yeah, Dark, Water, Earth.
Now he's thinking about his options. This Shaddol fusion really thrusted him back into this game. I like that. I'm stealing that.
And as usual, the graveyard is not in the rightmost monster zone.
So now there might be some dark. Oh, he's going to go into
Cross Sheep.
Cool. Cross Sheep is really cool in the Shaddol deck. And with Tearlaments, if you special summon a fusion monster to the zone it points to, you can special summon back a monster from the graveyard.
Really badly for Jeremy. If you let Cross Sheep stuff go, you're in a heap of trouble. We're going to go continue.
She's going to try and bring back Vanquished Soul Rosin.
And I would imagine he wants to put that in the same column as the Cross Sheep to get rid of it.
Indeed he does.
There we go. Now is he going to activate the effect of Rosin to add something to hand?
Looks like he does. He maybe needs to get the attribute so he can add the appropriate Vanquished Soul monster to the attribute he's missing.
So I assume probably missing a Fire monster.
Is he going to use the Shekanaga? He does have the Shaddol monster in his hand.
I'm going to chain that, or chain to that rather.
I'm pretty sure you can only use each effect once per chain.
Once per turn, and cannot activate more than one in the same chain.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that. We'll have to wait and see.
Negate the activation. Special summon monster activates deck while you have a Shadow card in hand, so you must have one.
It's been a while since I've seen Shekanaga. Big fan.
And then he's got to send the Shadow. We'll find out, oh, it's the Beast.
That's why he never sent the Beast, because it was in his hand, so he's going to get to draw. Now he's going to reveal Tearlaments Sharon.
That's the one that was added back.
He used to send Tearlaments Merly. And he's going to send the top 3 hits of Soliac that he already used, Tearlaments Kashtira that he's already used, but the Merly effect is still online.
It feels like things are just falling in his favor in this. It's like it just happens to be the right one in the deck and they're all in the right place. It's kind of magical to watch. Maybe not if you're Jeremy. But just from an outside perspective, just watching everything fall into place like this is almost hypnotic.
It is. So the Merly's going to put back 3. He's going to put back Rhino Heart, Havnus, and Merly. So he's going to be able to summon Tearlaments Kaleido Heart. And then the Cross Sheep will be able to also activate its effect. He's going to be able to shuffle back a card on Jeremy's side of the field. The Kaleido Heart, he's going to be able to draw a card from the Shaddol Beast. I don't think he's done that yet.
Does Cross Sheep have to summon to the other zone it points to?
No,
it doesn't.
No,
right?
it check both of the zones to see what are in the zones it points to, but it can summon anywhere. So if you have like a Synchro monster in the other zone, you can also boost up all your monsters' attack by 700 as well. That's my Monadium knowledge coming in handy.
So I think it sent the other face down back to the deck.
That's probably what I'd go after here.
Yeah, because the border is just not big enough.
So the Cross Sheep's going to bring back Shaddol Squamata from the graveyard, so he has 2 level 4s on the field, giving him some Xyz summoning access for a rank 4. He might use the overlay network.
I wonder if you just attack with everything first, if you get more damage in that way.
Or link.
We're gonna link everything away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, Apollosa.
Vanadium. This is the Vanadium combos. So it's gonna have 8, 16, 2400 attack.
3 arrows.
3 materials.
Not link arrows, actual like arrows.
Arrows.
It's the bow of the goddess.
Oh, actual arrows.
Yes. That's the way I think of it.
That is pretty cool. It's 3
it's
shots.
like a quiver full of.
Oh, I like
3
that.
shots.
I like that. And triple tactic talent.
Are not serious.
Take the heavy border.
You are not serious.
Rock of the Vanquisher effect's gonna activate to special summon from hand, maybe.
Yeah, because he used the continue before. Hasn't used Rock of the Vanisher yet. I haven't heard what effect was used, but I imagine it's the theft effect.
So he's gonna summon Dr. Madlove. So that does have a little bit of a disruption, but the Appaloosa is just gonna lock him out of being able to do anything.
Well, if you can at least like force out one of the arrows, that reduces the damage.
True.
I think Jeremy's in survival mode right now. He's just trying to get another turn.
This is a rough, when Tearlaments, when they start sending so many cards from the deck to the graveyard, it can really offset the advantage that the Vanquish Soul deck can amass, because you're just getting so many free cards from the graveyard effects.
That's the thing, right? Like, if he lives, if he gets through this turn, maybe he's got a shot.
Maybe.
Shekinah is out. Kaleido Heart, probably not doing a whole lot. We're not special summoning Aquas.
Yeah, nothing that will really enable that. Just have to work around that Appaloosa, which isn't the hardest cards to deal with. A strong card, but not too bad.
The Appaloosa can be... There are ways to deal with the Appaloosa.
Yeah. Many, many ways.
Now, he's still going to have to draw something pretty pretty good off the top here. He's only got 1 card in hand, it looks like. But, like, if there is...
It looks like he took the Dr. Madlove.
A manner in which it's possible to win, then this would be it. Now, we can't activate the Madlove in this case, so it's tactics, chain to summon Madlove. If you take Madlove, you can't activate it.
Never really saw itself on the field. So he's going to move to the battle phase.
24 and what, 26?
Yeah. The Rock has to
Rock
be
has to go
destroyed first.
yes. So 5,000. That's it's more than a prayer. He's not going to get Dr. Madlove back, I don't think. I imagine you link that off with the Shekinah and get back a Shadow card.
I wonder if it would have been maybe been more advantageous to draw 2 or look at the hand with the triple tactics talent, because take here doesn't do too much.
Well, looks like Jeremy has 2 cards in hand, not 1.
I would have definitely wanted to take a peek and force a Century card back in the deck.
I think he might be right there. I think that might have been the play.
Because, I mean, he's either going to link away the Shekinah. I don't even know what he could go into. Oh, I guess he could go into a Dark.
Dark can take Heavy Borger?
He could. Nope, doesn't play Dark. Maybe he gives it right back.
Really?
Yeah, definitely a mistake there. You're doing the take with the triple tactic talent. So this is where it was going to go.
This is shocking to me. I can't believe he didn't have anything to make with that.
Yeah, giving him back the Vanquish Soul monster is huge.
He's not locked into anything, right? You didn't miss a lock?
Nope. Because now the options for Jeremy are they're a lot wider.
Yeah, Jeremy's in this now. Because Johan is down to nothing except what he's got on the field.
Jeremy can start with a rock, or he can start with something from the hand. Looks like he is going to summon a Kaiju. He's going to Doggeran the Appaloosa, and now Jung has no interruptions.
Let's see where it goes from here. Tough position. I think Doggeran makes it a lot more tenable.
We're crossing the 15-minute mark for the round as well.
Because we've got that Madlib on the field, right? That can return the monster with the lowest defense. Doggeran's, I believe, is below hers.
It is, I think, yeah.
And he's got the materials.
So he's going to reveal both the cards in hand, which are the right attributes to return Doggeran to the hand. So he'll be able to use it again on the Kaleido. That's a little dangerous, though. Oh no, because it's not sent by a card effect. It's just
not,
tributed.
It's tributed.
That's right.
The effect creates the legal game action.
Yes, that's awesome here from
So
Jeremy.
Dr. Madlove, very well played.
Wow, fighting back into it. Maybe after the slight misstep from Jung on the triple tactics town, not to take a peek at the hand.
And that's the thing, right? If he takes that card away, can't possibly have 2 cards.
Yeah, he would have to draw like something like Pot of Desires or get really lucky. Oh man, this is huge. This is the opening Jeremy was waiting for.
And now Razin goes into the same column as the Dogoran. He's going to have the Fire and Dark Monster required to blow up Dogoran.
And Jung has nothing. No cards in hand, nothing to activate in the graveyard.
Yeah, I don't think you see any shufflers.
Wow.
But Jeremy's going to have to hurry it up to stay in this. We're getting below 15 minutes.
Gonna add Heavy Borger with Rosin.
Yep. Heavy Borg is great because it can provide both more cards and more damage.
It's my favorite Vanquish Soul monster.
I love Heavy Borger.
I think you know better than anyone how much I also love Heavy Borger.
Yes,
I've spent many times telling you how much I am in love with this card.
I am aware. We're going to draw 1 off Heavy Borger. You still got to clear this stuff out, though. You have to be a little careful with the Shekanaga, though. You don't want to give them Shadow Fusion with anything left in the graveyard to make with it.
Yeah, do not let it be sent to the graveyard if you can avoid it.
You're going to special summon a Bestial. Special summon a Bestial. All right.
What is he going to take out of the graveyard? I imagine Kaleido Heart's a good one.
Kaleido Heart, Dark Monster. It's gone now. Jerusalem on the field. You're still not ahead of Shekanaga or Dogoran, though. There's a lot of interesting stuff you could do. You just don't know what he's got.
This is going to be one of those rare games where the Vanquish Soul deck has to access the extra deck a little more than usual.
Yeah, I think it is. Now, luckily, Rock of the Vanquisher points downwards.
Security Dragon?
Oh, Security Dragon to bounce it back again.
Incredible. Gonna attack directly with Security Dragon.
Once all face up on the field, if it's co-linked, and you can see the arrows right there pointing to each other. Target monster your opponent controls. Return it to the hand.
Really advantageous here. That's a card you were going to want to include in your Vanquish Soul extra deck for sure, since it's so easy to do this.
I love that. That's a great inclusion. Now, 1 card left. What is it? It's checking the graveyard. That's never a good sign.
Diviner
Checking to see how many of the Earth Fairies are left.
There's definitely a Kelbeck in the deck.
This
is nerve-wracking. If I'm Jeremy, I'm so nervous right now.
Oh,
after coming back
goodness.
through all that, just to top deck a Diviner of the Herald, to send the Kelbeck, the Ancient Vanguard.
Like, he's just drawn so well in this match. Like, if you lose one, you kind of lose this one, you kind of feel like there's nothing you could have done.
He only has 2,000 life points left, so Jung just needs something. There is a lot of Tearlament monsters in his graveyard already. I think that's what Jeremy is checking. Like, what?
It's nearly all of them, if not all of them, except the ones that were put back on the bottom.
So it's
but
still
he gets
Rhino
to
Heart.
shuffle.
Yeah.
He gets to shuffle.
Well, here we go. Birth.
Oh, he does play
That's going to
Birth.
be at least 2 more.
He's Keldo.
Okay, so nothing off the first 5, but he has 2 more here from Tearlament's Kashtira. Nothing.
Herald. No!
Oh, the last card.
It's not real. It's not real.
The last card is the Merrily.
Chain Rock. Rock summons Razin.
Oh my gosh.
It's the last card again. That Kelbeck was the last card in the previous game. Now the Merrily is the last card. Now Razin's on the field here in the same column as the Herald. The Herald's going to be level 6.
Yeah, you want to get it off the field before they can Synchro Summon or do something crazy with it.
See what Merrily does here. There are King of the Swamps, Rukalos.
Lots of options.
Is Rukalos gone? No, Rukalos that was a different game.
Yep, looks like he is going to put back the Merrily and King of the Swamp, so I can only imagine it will be Tearlament's Rukalos.
That's so demoralizing. That is so crushing.
It wasn't even the first 5, it was the next 2, the 7th card.
All right, well, Razin's going to get through here. We're going to get Caesar Valius.
Yeah, but the Recallus will stop him from summoning it.
Well, it'll get the Recallus off the field, though.
And it'll just come back.
It will come back, yep.
It's going to be a tough... Maybe there's a way he can somehow... I don't know. This is tough. Because if he just... Oh, he just has to get to that Rock of the Vanquisher. At least the Rock of the Vanquisher has the effect it can't be attackable as long as there's a stronger monster on the field.
The Security Dragon's a little small, though.
I think it's like 1,100, if I remember. All right, nothing. So it looks like Zhang's going to battle phase. If it's 1,100, that would be 1,900, so you'd still have 100 left.
Yeah, he can't attack the rock because there's a Vanquish Soul monster on the field. So he has to attack the monster with the highest attack
to
points,
attack Rosin first.
which is Rosin, which won't result in any damage.
Okay, he might be able to hang on. Jeremy might be able to hang on despite the awesome mills here. Or sorry, cards sending deck to the graveyard.
This is such a tough one.
I mean, and also the worst part is like time is winding down, so if he does force it to a game 3, he's gonna have to play quickly. But
yeah, a draw is devastating too. Like, I don't think you're out with a draw here. One draw is fine as long as you win the last one.
Indeed. Stake your soul. Finally, we get to see this iconic spell
What
card.
is it? It's the Dimension Shifter. That's a few turns too late. But like we've mentioned a lot of times, these cards are useful to have because you can just reveal them for these effects. That does draw out the Recallus, though you have to.
So now the Rock will be able to add back from the graveyard. I see. What is he going to add back? He still has so much he can do.
Yes.
This is quite an epic round 6 here at the World Championship. Everything on the line here for both these players.
There you go, Rosin effect. And by the way, that's an incredible draw for Jeremy. He's finally seen a Stake Your Soul. We haven't seen it in any of the games played by Vanquish Soul this week. And this is the first one, and it's a crucial moment for that card to appear.
Yeah, being able to special summon a Vanquish Soul monster from your deck is amazing. Even though he wasn't able to do it here, forcing out the Recalls is helpful because it means he can get to that Caesar Varius. And if he has the 3 attributes in his
And
hand,
it's finally appeared.
Earth, Fire, Dark.
The biggest one, Vanquish Soul, Caesar Valleys. He's got them all. Earth, Fire, and Dark. Destroy one other card on the field. Recallus is down again, this time for good. Jeremy makes it into the battle phase.
I don't know, this might be my favorite match of the tournament so far.
But here's the thing, right? Like, you cannot count out Shonon. You can't.
He was down to 0 cards last turn and found a way. Draws. Oh man, that was actually a card if he's able to use it.
He's got a pass turn.
He draws and passes.
Draws. Summons Rosin, goes to battle, and takes it to a game 3.
Wow.
Oh, Jeremy Mitchell overcome such long odds in that one.
He was looking defeat in the face, elimination from the World Championship, but held on just long enough to push it to a game 3.
Goodness. This has been all right, so I think that the new format is a hit.
Yeah,
I like these extra rounds.
Definitely a big fan of playing.
Now, we don't have a whole lot of time in this game. That one was a nail biter, but we only got 4 minutes or so left for this one. Johan is going first.
And both players playing very quickly. They're playing at a reasonable and acceptable pace for sure throughout the match.
And this one, I would say that if it goes to a timeout situation, Jeremy's in the driver's seat here because Heavy Borgren can just inflict damage whenever, and lots.
Definitely.
Starts by pitching King of the Swamp. That adds polymerization from deck to hand.
That can be useful. It's a good way to trigger the effects of Tier Limit monsters if you have them in your hand, or we saw some of that Guardian Chimera turn 1 with set rotation in game 1.
Right, and I'm assuming that there's going to be a draw effect here. Yeah, Tearlaments is one where you do have to randomize all the time because you have to randomize the deck before you do anything that involves the order of the top cards. So you send your top 3 to the graveyard, for instance.
Very true.
So what's up next here?
He's going to use Tearlament's Grief, so he's going to be able to special summon a Tearlament monster from the deck, and he's going to have to immediately send it to the graveyard.
Yep. Or Visa Starfrost.
Or Visa Starfrost.
Visa Starfrost.
It is another card that mentions Visa Starfrost.
Yes, so this is a card that you don't see every day. Tearlament's Griever is a normal spell that special summons the Tearlament's monster or Visa Starfrost from your deck or graveyard. Then you send a monster you go to the graveyard, but he's got Dimension Shifter.
Paid off for hanging around in game number 2. Dimension Shifter is an excellent card, probably the best card to have against Tearlaments. We saw he drew it in game 1 and 2, but after cards had already been sent to the graveyard, so he wasn't able to use it. This is huge.
This is brutal for Johan. That's exactly what he can't have happen here. Now he sends Tearlament's Cashier there because he doesn't care about that one getting banished as opposed to any of the ones that Fusion summoned. Sets a monster and passes, nothing else.
And I respect how quickly he finished out his turn there.
Absolutely. All right, Jeremy Mitchell's up. He's starting with
Rosin.
Vanquish Soul Rosin. That's as good as it gets.
That's
Dimension Shifter Rosin. Oh, he's got Ash Blossom.
Okay.
And that's a discard, so you're allowed to do it.
That doesn't have to go to the graveyard as a cost. Okay to get banished.
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. Do you dare attack? What if you hit something with big defense like Murley?
Oh no, the decisions.
And you know how good he is at getting those limited cards. They've been all over the place. That's a horrifyingly difficult decision.
My blood pressure is through the roof right now.
Oh, I mean, you have to attack though, right?
You have to.
And, he could have used the effect. What if he has a Fire and Dark? What if he has a Fire and Dark? 2 cards in hand. If you have a Fire and Dark and you destroy that, it gets banished. And then you get to attack directly. That would be huge.
Looks like he has Small
World. Oh, here we go.
It's Small World
Small
after
World.
all.
All right, so you got a Fire level 3 zombie, 0 attack, 1800 defense. The next card up has to share exactly one and only one of those features with Ash Blossom.
And then you match another card that shares one thing with your bridge that you pick from the deck.
Now this card takes a while to resolve. This one is a little difficult, even if you know all the combinations.
Yeah, I would suggest if you're playing Small World in your deck, you know going into the tournament ahead of hand what your bridges are and how to resolve it as much as possible. So Fire is going to be the thing that they share.
And now it's the defense. 1500 defense is what it has in mind with Heavy Borger.
So Ash Blossom turns into a Heavy Borger thanks to Small World.
Now, Heavy Borger is going to be big enough no matter what. Now, if he puts that in hand...
He'll have a Fire. But more importantly, a big monster.
Big monster here, goes to battle, attacks quickly. That is probably the fastest...
Squamata! It's Squamata! It's a flip effect. It's 2023, and a flip effect is taking place here to destroy the Heavy Borger in the damage step. That's huge. That is a disaster. You were right. Do you dare attack? Do you dare attack this face down monster? Do you dare attack a set monster?
I guarantee you that's not what he thought it was.
And it looks like time is called, so it's going to end in a draw.
Oh, that's a great hand. That's a great hand that Jeremy has. If Jeremy didn't run out of time.
If he just didn't have the infinite permanence, it was just a dark monster. He would have a Fire and a Dark, been able to inflict that 1500